I just went to the Village Shaman, that my client recommended, Sal, and his sister recommended, the Village Mystic. And it was actually amazing. So it's my second time ever getting a reading done, and it was really interesting because when I first walked into the room, I felt almost dizzy from like the energy. And I've never been one to really believe all of that. But then in recent years, I've started learning about how energy is powerful, and scientifically it's proven. It is a thing. And I've realized that I'm intuitive and that I pick up on things like that, people's energies. And so I didn't even think about it. But then when I first walked into the room, I felt like a wave of dizziness. I could feel the energy. It was crazy. But that's just the start. So then we sat down. This guy, very intuitive, and he sits down with me and we start talking, and he had cards, which I don't understand how they work, but after I picked a couple, he began the process, and he was saying that he told me things that people don't know. So he said that you never feel comfortable in church. You feel like there's always something missing, even though you're a spiritual person. And he said it's because I have a spiritual past that was different. And so he said I'm very spiritual, but I don't feel right in church. And so that was the first thing. Then he also said, well, not the first thing, but that was one thing. Then he also said that my energy is very similar to my clients'. He said where I can be very cold if I put my shields up, but deep under, very caring and have a big heart and really just want to help people and care about people. And that I'd work well with my client because we have that same underlying value of helping people and really caring. And so naturally that's a really big common denominator. Then he said, what else did he say? He said my father and brother were very different, and the disconnect is because I really want compassion and to feel what most guys don't really want to feel. I want to connect with people, and that's why I feel more comfortable with women. One of the reasons, because they're more intuitive and more caring, compassionate, and I like to go deeper and not stay surface level. He also said I'm supposed to learn patience, and that reoccurring theme will be seen throughout my life, to learn patience. And I do feel like I've lived life in a race ever since I can remember. I always feel like I have to do something, and the more that I try to force my own success and force things to happen, the more the universe resists that to teach me patience. So the more you try to force something, the more it teaches you the lesson you have to learn. And I see that, so I need to stop trying to force everything. He said we do have different life paths, but we have free will. And so generally the path of least resistance that you feel is your life path. It's supposed to just flow along a timeline. You know, you focus on what feels right, and naturally it unfolds. But you do have free will, and you do have the power to create your own life. So whatever you focus on will unfold for you. So you can do whatever you want, but the path of least resistance is typically what is sort of like your life path in a sense. He said, yeah, you can tell I'm very creative. He said something about hoping for a trip, and I am hoping for a trip coming up to go to Germany for Oktoberfest with my closest friends that I grew up with. And he said that if I want to make that happen, all I do is focus my energies on that, on being there, the experience, and then the universe will make the pattern to get there. So I need to start visualizing not only that, but designing my life to move forward. He also said I feel stuck, which clearly that's the same thing I feel stuck. He also said that to break that, all I have to do is step forward, one step forward, just to step out of it. And it's true, I just have to take the leap with my business ventures. It's that simple, and that money will flow as soon as I focus on providing the value and making people happy in that sense. He also said that just like my client, he said I'm not far. He said I'm moving in the direction of my client, who's very successful. He didn't say that part, but my client's very successful, owns many different businesses, and he is like a mentor to me. I look up to him. He said I'm moving in that direction, and he doesn't feel I'm that far off. I just have to stop forcing things, relax, visualize, and move in that direction. Take the step. He said, what else did he say? He said that he feels like I'm being guided by a female spirit guide in a sense. He said it could be a family member. I don't know who that would be, because I was never too close to any of our extended family aside from my mom, dad, brother, little brother, little sister, and maybe grandfather on my mom's side, who recently passed away. That's about it. Yeah, my dad's parents. Never met my grandpa on his side. My grandma only a few times when we go to Greece or when she came to America, and she didn't speak English, so it's hard to really connect with her. Mom's side, my grandma's still alive. Grandfather recently passed, so yeah, can't imagine who that would be. Unless, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I just left there. It was pretty cool. Definitely want to do it again. That's about it, I think. Can't remember anything else. He mentioned the free class he teaches every Saturday at 1 p.m. This is a reminder to myself. I have to sign up. Damn. I think that's about it. He said I do have intuitive nature, so I'm good at reading people. I have to listen to that, and it'll guide me. I forgot to mention, so the guy, when he was talking about visualization, he was saying we can create anything we want to unfold in our lives, and he did have a card for me that said that the universe is working with me, and that I'm very powerful. And so, in theory, I should, he said my energy is powerful, so I should have all of that in my favor pretty strongly, as long as I don't resist things and try to force things. But anyways, he said that an example was he was top salesman in working for some company. And working for some company, top salesman in I think the U.S. And then he switched to another company, and he was top salesman, I think for Verizon or something, and they'd pay him $1,000 a day to like teach people. So he said it's all about just directing your energy, and then literally the universe just does it for you. So the more you focus, the more powerful you get, pretty much. So let's try this, see what happens.